Hey everybody, we're back. Welcome to the stream. Woo-wee! We're going to be doing this tonight. Yes, we are. It's going to be a fun night. We are absolutely got everyone here. Heyo, Apostle of Orcus, welcome. Sorry about some of the incoherence from last night, but I had a hell of a lot of fun. Let's hope that my muddled brain did well for me in the stream today, because I hardly remember it. But tonight will be better for sure. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and bring you into the stream. We got everyone here. We might have some terms and conditions issues, so you'll see what that is in just a second.
Oh god.
Mario Brothers?
Here we go.
Yeah, the new animated Mario. They announced the cast.
It's a bad.
It's really good except for one.
I could ask my
Except
brother
for
about it.
Mario.
I could have told my.
Who's Mario?
I could have got the information for you.
Chris Pratt is Mario.
Oh, I can't hear me.
No! He's not Italian.
I could have got the inside scoops from my brother for you.
I know, it's great. Okay, so Luigi is Charlie Day.
I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Excellent choice.
He's in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yes, exactly. Peach is Anya Taylor-Joy.
I don't know who that is either.
Toad is Keegan Michael Peel.
I don't know who that is either.
Really? Ian Peel?
Bowser is Jack Black,
Okay.
Oh my god.
That's good.
Bowser? Jack Black?
otherwise known as Good Chris Pratt. But Chris Pratt is bad Jack Black.
Chris Pratt. Oh well.
Yeah, Chris Pratt.
Apostle says, "It's me, Chris Pratt."
What? I can't wait for him to be like, oh, wahoo!
Sorry.
There's some other ones too. It's pretty good. I thought that was great. Oh, Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong.
I'm sure he's just gonna be.
That tracks.
I
Yeah.
know.
Dinomnos, you got a roll
Donkey
for
Kong.
initiative.
I did.
He did.
Where?
Everybody's fast except for.
It didn't pop up.
I'll look in the chat
Good
log.
job.
Click on your fucking
Oh, I got
token.
Yeah.
Before I forget, y'all need to make sure you're healthy and everything's back alive, and you all get 850 XP.
What? When did that happen?
Because
Last
you
time.
you killed a bunch of baddies last time we played.
Somebody
Hold on.
tell me what that is.
5387.
I think you
That's
just
what
can do
I
plus.
got.
Okay.
5387.
Okay, what'd you get? Where is he? Perforos, Ezrin, Rexenor.
5387.
That would be number 20.
Why is it not working?
Oh, there's Dino.
Was it 20?
There we go.
19. So you got
So
19.
we're full health
Yeah.
and full magic.
Yep. We are long rested.
Gosh,
What
I did
was-
nothing. I used everything.
What was the experience points at?
850. Oh, the total.
How much?
5387.
Oh, it's right there. Sorry. Nice.
Yeah, pretty much.
6,000 for
6700.
All right, so
Yeah.
Rexenor plus 2. Theodore. God, I'm missing someone. Oh, God, it's Perfro still. Okay, so we'll do that at 16. All right, and then let's do Chiron here. Ooh, like a 9.
Oh, woof. Oh, where's my horns? Time to get horny in here.
Yeah, that's why Jason. That's why we got him. I like the horns, by
Someone's
the
gonna
way.
balance that out.
Those
You
are
like
pretty
them?
sweet horns.
They are nice horns.
Yeah.
I was trying to find some that looked more like my avatar, but that wasn't happening. So this is what I got.
Yeah.
That's still pretty good though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's pretty awesome. All right.
Well, I should have like either orange or red ears, but can't. Just haven't been able to find those. Maybe I'll have to make them.
You haven't looked.
Good.
Ooh, you should.
You
They
haven't
haven't.
even looked. All right, so got
I
Lucky,
have.
Ezra, and Denominos, Rexenor. All right, Theodore, and then Tari coming up last at 14, which is pretty good. Chiron got a 9. The NPC's got a 4, so
Ooh, we're gonna kill them before they even get to move.
yeah, you probably will. You
If
probably
we, if
will.
we don't dawdle and piss around
Remember how
this the whole time. and then get right up to the brink of battle. Next week we're all under 9.
That might actually happen. So, all
I
right.
can see the future.
Yeah. Are we all ready?
Mhm.
Good to go. All right. So, welcome back to Theros Champion, the gods. What are you doing, Lon? What are
My
you
cat-
eating?
Rock crystal,
Oh,
Ooh.
rock candy.
yeah.
Delicious.
Just some crystal. Um.
We
All right.
are
So,
gonna get kicked off.
anyway, so last time we all played as the characters that you were designed to play, the champions of the gods. You all hung out in Miletus. You decided to talk to the the Council of the 12 and get to know them pretty well. They informed you that they would like you to continue on your missions and that they were going to kind of refit your ship to be able to set sail across the Bay of Miletus down to the underbelly, the back end of Asphodel, and go up the back end there, while other creatures and armies were heading off to the frontiers as well. The plan is that you all would parlay with some Tritons. There's a large city in the middle of the Miletan Bay. What are you doing?
I didn't know you could do that.
And you also know that death is suspended. You did go ahead and save your bestest friend, Arnaldios, from near certain torture, given that he can't die, in the pits of this magical dungeon, destroying a magical orb, and in the process, getting some pretty cool loot. Some shards from this crystal that gave one use of multiple different items. So good job there, and you got 850 XP. So this is where we pick up. We can start off in Euterpe's study, where you all wake up after a nice long rest. Spend about a week that you all have been in Miletus, sticking around, collecting goods, doing all sorts of fun stuff. You have pork chop, your lamb, or sheep, whatever you might call it. So, Lucky Lala, what you been doing over the last week? You're in the biggest, most advanced city in the world.
Oh my gosh. I've been exploring and sleeping.
Lots of sleep.
I don't know. It's just time going by so fast.
It's going by awfully fast.
Let me think. What do I? You're putting me on the spot.
If you want to hold your turn, we'll come back to
Yeah.
you.
Like, move on. I don't know what I'm gonna say yet.
Okay.
I'm looking for something, but I don't know. Exactly.
Not sure what yet. All right, Ezrin, what are you up to? What have you been doing?
Yes, I have traveled the city to find different people and books that might help explain creating magic items. I would like to start studying up on these things and finding recipes for the different magic items so that someday I may create one.
Yeah, do you have anything in particular that you're looking
No,
for?
I'm just jotting down everything I can find.
Yeah, and we can say that you certainly went to some artificer shops and talked to some of the grandmasters in the Decatia Academy. Essentially, the Council of the 12 have opened up the libraries and given you all access to different of the wizened people within the Decatia. So we can certainly say that you spent some time hanging out with them, learning the tools, learning the trade of how to be an advanced artificer.
Thank you.
Does that work well?
Yes.
All right, Dionominos.
Oh. I've been just catching up with old friends, studying books, seeing the latest research at the Decatia, and so on. And talking to people about this crazy death thing.
Yeah, it's the talk of the town. People are all over it. You get the sense that people are definitely struggling with having a major food source being no longer available. and it's a challenge, but there's like a lot of the satyrs in town. They didn't eat a whole lot of meat to begin with, and so
That's true.
that group is doing pretty well. But yeah, your old college buddies that were sad to see you go, they're all still hanging out, partying it up.
Yeah, it's the life of an academic.
Yes, I imagine you have some nice long heart to hearts with Euterpe.
Of course. I mean, she has a brusque exterior, but I always enjoy every conversation we have. I know she has a good heart.
Yes, she cares for you very deeply.
I think it's hidden in her collection, but she also has a good heart inside.
Yes.
She's got a brusque exterior, but underneath that is a brusque interior.
Exactly. But she's insightful, so that's good.
That is very true. All right, Rexenor.
It's great being back in the hometown. I make sure that I introduce Theodore to all the finest vegan establishments.
Excellent.
And I particularly take him home to meet my parents, Hixus and Lydia. And my mom makes like the best vegetarian dolmas. So I make sure that Theodore gets his fill of those.
Exquisite.
I also take a visit to the Dicadia. I visit, some of my old divination professors to pick up some material components that I'll need in the not too distant future. And I visit a temple of Crufix, trying to see if I can get any kind of vision of the future to come.
Yeah, so there's absolutely multiple temples and places of worship for Crufix. The large one that you go into, again, the ceiling looks kind of like my shirt. It looks like Nyx. You get the sense that it's magically infused, not necessarily divinely infused. Kind of like a little gilded, you might say, with magic. Mm-hmm. But it's to honor
Baroque flavor.
Exactly. To really honor Nyx and the very robust, august god of Crufix. So, what are you exactly saying at his altar?
I go and I kneel. I say, "Great God of the horizons, we are about to embark on a great quest, and I would seek the wisdom you possess, see if I may get some glimpse of what awaits us, so that we may prepare ourselves."
I want you to roll a D100 with disadvantage.
I'm just going to do it twice.
Just roll twice.
Disadvantage.
All right.
No.
So, what the reports are from all around town, all around the entire city, from every cleric and alkalite and follower of the gods, that the gods are all but absent. Not to the point of Erebos, but extremely quiet, almost preoccupied. The divine worshippers and watchers at the observatory have noticed almost like a god moot, like a collection, like the constellation of the gods have moved together closer than anyone in living memory has ever seen. So you get the sense that when you ask your question, you don't really get anything overt. The one thing you do get is more of a feeling of it. The only way to describe it is in colors, and the color is gray.
Crufix's omens are often vague, so that doesn't strike me as being too difficult. I also got myself a sweet new set of robes. No more of this common clothes shit for an exterior. And and I have some curiosity in purchasing magic items, so that may be something we want to do later.
Yeah, we can certainly do that now. If anyone else wants to buy magical items, so
I had 2 on my eye.
yeah, and knowing all the good places within Miletus of where to get good clothes, or not good clothes, but good magical wares, is really closest to the Decatia. There's a small little hole in the wall, and they sell a wide variety of goods, and it's called what is it? Spears and Beers.
We can get
All
spears and
right.
beers here.
What is that in Greek?
That's
Yeah,
the only
you
2
can-
things you can't get. Actually.
Yeah, well, we got some beers down the stairs. If you want any of those. But otherwise we got some good weapons and some magical items. If you want any of those, we got them good cheap prices here. You're Rexino of Miletus, yeah?
Indeed. I am looking
Alright.
really for 2 items, good sir.
Yeah.
What is your name, by the way?
My name is Cletus.
Ah, Cletus.
Yeah,
Cletus of Miletus. It's
yeah.
a pleasure to meet you.
I see you've heard of me. Yeah,
Indeed. Yes, your reputation precedes
yeah. Spears and beers.
you. Yes, I spent many a year at the Decatia, I recall it.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
wondering, Cletus of Miletus,
Yeah.
do you possess goggles of night?
Oh yeah. I think we do. Let's see here. Goggles of Night. I thought I had that in my book right here.
Inventory is tricky, my friend.
But now we can't find it. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and say that's a good. Oh, that's a good 600 gold piece.
Excellent.
Alright.
Happily. And perhaps a cloak of the manta ray. I figure if
Yeah.
I live on a ship, I should probably be able to, swim around.
Yeah. Well, let's see here. I mean that would be. Well, that's gonna be a little bit steeper. That's gonna be more like around 8,000 gold.
8,000, you say?
Yeah. I mean,
For what? Sorry.
For an uncommon item.
well, if you do me a favor, I might be able to bring it down.
What favor do you require, Cletus of Miletus?
Well, I hear that you got some friends, yeah? You got some crewmates, yeah?
Indeed.
Well, you see, we got some of this beer down the stairs. It's we got some foster children making the beer.
Ah, Foster's. I have heard of it.
Yeah, we got some Foster's beer. So I say, if like your friends want to buy some beer, I might be able to bring your price down a bit.
You only get that down under.
Yeah, that's what we call beer down under,
Yes,
under the stairs.
I think I can interest them. Indeed, we have an entire crew who could make use of good Foster's beer. It will lubricate the rowing muscles.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Do you have any mighty veg?
Mighty veg, is that?
Yeah.
No, we got some. What is it?
Or veggie mites?
Yeah, we got some. Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. We don't call it mighty veg anymore because people think that's like a sexual thing. But we do got we got some Vegemite. It's hot cakes these days. Because everyone wants the veggies and because you can't get the meat and there's never any meat in Vegemite.
No, but it somehow still tastes like assholes. I don't quite understand that.
Well, we got a bunch of dicks downstairs making it, and dicks often taste like assholes.
True.
That's not how that was supposed to come out.
I don't know where you're going with this.
Oh my god.
Okay.
This has already become my favorite episode.
Apostle says that was something.
Yes, I believe the gist is that I'm sure I can convince my friends to purchase some of your fine Foster's
All
ale.
right. Well,
Yes.
if they're good with buying some posters, maybe like I don't know, like how much you guys willing to buy?
What say you, friends? 2, 3 casks?
Yes.
I would like to buy some items, so I suppose it depends on how much money I can have left to buy the item.
Yeah.
Me
Oh, well,
too.
that's true.
All right.
Me
Well, so Rexenol, if we got a good deal with this Foster's here, I can bring that price down to like 1,000 gold.
That would be reasonable, my friend.
All right.
I don't really understand this business practice.
Seems like bad business. Like,
Well-
how do you break even?
Well, we got a surplus of beer of Foster's here, and
The cost of the beer is negative 7,000 gold. It's that good.
well, we got lots of these like uncommon items because they're kind of shite, but this beer we gotta get it out the door,
Hmm.
otherwise
Are
it's gonna
we-
go bad and then it just goes down the drain.
Are we taking beer to sell? Like taking $30,000 worth of beer to sell, so you can take $7,000 off of these items for us?
No, but if you want to take a couple casks of beer, that'd be great. That would be, I don't know. Let me look at the books here. Let's do. I mean, if you give me like, 200 gold each for some beer, that'll last you a good long time.
I don't know if I have.
How much for cloak of protection if I take your $200 of beer?
Oh, a cloak of. Okay, hold on. Well, that would probably be about the same. Let me look here. That's not helpful at all.
$8,000 for a cloak of protection?
All right, so this says ranges the cost here.
$200 of beer.
So, right now with this, cloak of protection, it's gonna go for, we're a bit high here, but, if I would have to say, I'm gonna say a good with the beer.
With the beer.
I would say a good 500 gold pieces.
With the beer?
Yeah.
It's sold. So 700 total? With the beer?
Yeah.
I'm buying one too. Is there a BOGO?
No, but you want a cloak of protection too?
You can
I
buy
do.
one and get one for the same price.
Yeah. You,
500 and 200 for the beer?
did I say 500? I thought I said 6.
You said 5.
You said 5.
Oh,
You said 5.
all
You did
right. Well, for the beer, so that'd be 700. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you
guys
have any
may
ring
want
of
to consider potions of water breathing. I can make some caps or a cap of water breathing, but I can only make 2 of you be able to breathe.
Rexnor puts on his fancy new cloak. And says, I'm good, my dear.
So how many are we down? We need 2 more people to be able to breathe.
I can breathe. I can shapeshift.
Oh, true. True. So 1 more person to breathe underwater. Anyone else want to cloak like Rex spots?
The manta ray thing.
Allows you to breathe underwater and swim a speed of 60 feet.
Oh, you can swim so much faster than me with it.
I figure this way I can keep an eye out for any undead coming up below.
Yes, and we can have many adventures.
Well,
Indeed.
I'm wanting to try to find. Tari is would like to find a heavy crossbow.
Yeah. Look,
Like a magic one?
do you want
I
to
don't
get a
know.
magical one?
Well, it depends. I don't have a lot of money. I should say
Yeah.
Tari does not have a lot of money.
Hmm.
I mean, just a normal crossbow. It's pretty cheap.
Do you have like a +1?
plus 1. Well, let's see how much that would be.
Ooh.
Well,
If one of us learned water breathing as a spell, that might help everyone.
Yeah, you guys can learn all sorts of shit. So,
That would
yeah, a plus one crossbow. Yeah, we can get that to you for 500 gold pieces, 500 big ones.
So Tari will purchase this.
Oh, yeah.
Do I need to? Is there anything I've never? Tari has never used a crossbow. Do I have to buy
No, you buy the
bolts or
buy the
whatever?
bolts. No, you get 50 bolts on the house. Yeah,
You get unlimited bolts for free.
Right. So +1. Thank you.
yeah.
It was 500 pieces.
All right. Yeah. Thank you for. And are you buying some Fosters?
what a
No. All right.
Can I buy-
That's fine. Go fuck yourself.
Uh,
Tell him to drink some first.
It's good. I drink from the Fosters all the time.
Now, Theodora, you know Romeo is our official tester.
oh yes.
If
I
we
mean-
are going, that makes sense. I would prefer to have him have this off water as opposed to anything that might do him some real damage.
I mean, word on the street is that nothing's gonna kill you, so that's good.
Well, if anything is going to kill anyone, it will be this person.
Whatever doesn't kill you rips the tear in the fabric of the universe. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, this beer
Nice.
might do that for you for a night or two. Yeah.
I have had some nights like that at the Decatia. It is good fun, but we always get the cheapest beer. So I'll take 2.
You want double the
That's like
you can double fist it.
yes. If you want more casks, that's $400, 400 gold. Yeah.
I mean, a cask is quite a lot. Do you have
Yeah.
a hogshead or something? It's a lot for me.
Like a hogshead, like a.
It's a measurement of
Yeah,
a
the measurement of the hogshead.
We don't really practice those kind of archaic measuring types here. So I'm sure you can
blame
put some of
Matt
it in a
Mercer
hogshead.
for that.
Unfortunately, we couldn't measure that anyway because all the hogsheads are attached to hogs and living and breathing and stuff.
Well, that's true.
It's the size of a barrel. It's a type of barrel.
Well,
Yes.
no,
Well, okay, then do you have a half barrel or anything like that?
no, you can get a cask, yeah.
God, that's just.
I mean, you guys got a ship,
much.
right? You can just put it in the bottom of the ship, be like a ballast or something.
Could I buy a pint of it?
I mean, if you go downstairs and hang out with the Fosters, you can have a pint with the Fosters
Oh, I might.
and the
try.
Dicks.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the dicks. The asshole.
No,
Okay, yeah.
they smell like assholes, but they.
But the dicks.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I'll do
Uh-huh.
that.
Yeah.
Actually, while I'm talking to you, I was just curious. Do you have a luck stone for sale by chance?
A luckstone?
Yes.
A lucky stone?
A stone of luck. Or luck stone.
That's
What's-
a neat
Stone.
stone.
I'll be lucky.
Yeah. I used to carry one with me to finals and it didn't do much, but it made me feel better.
A luckstone.
It meant there were more Monty Python questions on final.
Yes, exactly.
Nick, we have a question,
Yes.
or any DM.
Calling all DMs. Calling all DMs.
Would a crossbow add a dex damage, or is it just flat?
Normally it's Dex based.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
some range weapon. It's usually Dex.
Yeah.
Okay, I just know in the past it was like flat. You didn't add dex to it because it's like a handheld thing. Okay,
All right. So, luckstone there.
That fourth edition nonsense.
Yeah, luckstone there. That'd be like 500 smackaroonies.
500. That seems a bit steep for what it. I mean, I realize it's uncommon and everything, but
Yeah, these things, they're pretty uncommon. Yeah.
well, maybe I could convince you that it would be more in your interest to get rid of it for less.
Oh, yeah. You gonna buy
Yeah.
some Fosters?
Yes, I will have. Well, if Foster's is 200.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me think.
If you buy 200s worth of Fosters, I'll bring the price down on this down to 300.
That's very tempting. Very tempting indeed. But let me. I don't know. I mean, Really, these luck stones, how long have you had this here? Maybe 10 years and it's never moved? I know that luck stones don't move very much.
Do ye?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I came into this shop about 10 years ago when I started at the Decatia, and it's still here. And
Well,
I
maybe
recognize it
that
because
says
it's
that
like-
this stone really isn't too lucky, is it?
well, not for itself, no.
Yeah. I mean,
think
you're
it's
not
not
very
a
lucky to
commonly
yourself.
known
You're not very lucky.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead and roll a persuasion check there?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. That's pretty good. So yeah, if you want, I can sell it to you for like I don't know, like 350.
Okay, I'll accept that.
Yeah.
I think this works out best for both of us, don't you?
Yeah. I think that's pretty good. All right.
That Luckstone sounds delightful. You said 350?
No, I think it's at 500. He was talking about the one that had been sitting there for 5 years. So this other one over here, I think it's been there for a little.
Floor model.
Yeah, there was a store model there.
So, how much for a Luckstone plus a broom of flying?
Oh, Jesus Christ, guys.
We haven't been to a shop yet. This is like the first one.
Yeah, that's right. It's just the bartender basically, and he's like having to sell us all this shit.
Let's see.
I just love the image of us leaving the store with all these magic items and also these huge casks of cheap beer. Oh
I like
no,
the idea.
Theros!
All right.
I like the idea that we load up our galley like people and have them do like carry these casks.
Yeah.
Good thing out.
We're going to treat you like the Egyptians treated their builders.
Exactly.
You know, we'll make sure the foster kids and the dicks, they can help you out too. But yeah, the blimey broom of flying, can certainly get you like 500. Yeah.
Okay. So, 1,000 total for both?
What?
1,000 total for both? The Luckstone and the broom?
Yeah.
Sold.
All right. That's pretty good. That's a good bargain there.
Do you have any healing potions?
Yeah. Lucky Lala, what do you want?
I want to see if you have a ring of protection.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, we'll do the
I'm trying to
potions.
bump my armor class up as much as possible.
Ring of Protection's probably also.
I remember buying one with umbrella in it. It's quite expensive, as I recall.
It's a rare item, so it's.
More expensive.
Okay.
Cloak.
Is it?
Yep.
Yeah, the cloak is easier. I think.
Cloak is uncommon. The ring is rare.
Yeah.
Very rare, maybe. No.
No, just rare.
Yeah.
Rare.
It's gonna be like 5,000 smackaroonies.
Yikes, carambas!
Yeah.
I don't know the items in the game, so that's all I know for now.
All right. Well, the potions here. What's that? What kind of potion? Just a health potion?
Maybe greater healing.
Greater healing, yeah. Those are pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Let me just confirm the price in my books here. That's not what I was looking for.
Do I need to?
So, what the fuck? I don't want to open the book because that drives me nuts. But looking online also drives me nuts.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I just figured we weren't gonna have a city visit for a while.
No, you guys won't. So you're fine. All right. So, what kind of potion are you looking for?
Healing.
Wait.
Just
Healing.
just straight up healing.
Yeah, I don't think I can afford greater at this point. So
So a greater would be 350.
Ye-
And so we'll just make a regular one be 150.
That's a steep price.
indeed.
Yeah?
Do you have like a bundle, like a pack of 5 for 500 or something?
Do a persuasion check.
Okay.
You're a
Okay.
satyr. You got this.
I don't know. Here we go. Persuasion.
Yeah, you can make that work. Yeah, I think sounds perfectly reasonable.
Why is your
For me and my
persuasion-
friends.
Yeah, 500 for 5. Yeah.
Okay.
I can chip in 84.
I'm gonna have
As
five healing.
every cent I have in this fictional world.
Lucky you. You have proficiency in persuasion, right?
I do.
So
Plus
you
2.
just have one.
Oh yeah. Charisma is usually a jump score for druids.
Oh yeah.
I'll chip in 100 and take one of those. Or could I just get in on the same deal and buy 5 for 500?
I have 6 total now, guys.
Yeah. I think that if you want to buy 5, if anyone wants to buy 5, that's 500. I think that makes perfect sense.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm not. Do you want to?
Oh, I'll buy 5.
All right.
Can I would like to give can Blex, I'll give you one of mine. How many healing potions do you have? Do you have any?
With that one, that's 2.
This is lesser healing potion, right?
Yeah.
But I also mostly stay out of direct combat, and I have shield and mage armor and
And low HP.
Yeah.
I will
I'm
give you one more.
All right, sweet. Thank you.
Yes.
I have extras, but I'm gonna hand them out in the time of need.
Yeah.
Good idea.
I have 6 of them.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good stuff there. You guys are like making out like bandits?
What type of potions are there in this game? Are there like potions of like wisdom or anything like that to bump?
Oh god. There's lots of potions.
Oh yeah.
Never mind. I don't want that. Or
I got-
potions of, like invisibility or anything like that.
There's
Very expensive.
Oh really?
yeah.
How
So
about
there's
potions of stealth?
let's see, potion of climbing, of clairvoyance, diminution, flying, gaseous form, giant strength, growth, healing.
There's
I'm
a
sure you guys got
big
it.
link of them
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
in the chat.
Too complicated. What about invisibility or stealth, just in case I need to be stealth?
There's speed, water breathing. I'm looking for stealth.
How much is the water breathing?
Yeah. That'd be about what I say for the other one. I mean, that'd be like, well, let's see, water breathing. Let me see what rarity is. It's
Uncommon.
Uncommon. Yeah. So I'd say, I'd give you 150.
Potion of invisibility is very rare, so
Yes, it's gonna
Okay.
be.
definitely out of our price range.
Yeah, I don't even have those anymore. They're
Okay.
super rare. Do you want some water breathing?
Tari will buy 2 water breathing, but can I Tari thinks that you can give it to me for 250, not 300.
Ooh, yeah. Why?
Should I?
You can threaten him.
I just
So you little shit.
well, Tari does not drink beer, and all of my compatriots have bought all of your beer. So
Well, no, we got more. If you want some more, if you want to start today, you can start drinking now.
ugh.
It's not bad. It's an acquired taste, yeah. So you don't want any beer. What was the other thing we were saying that smells like ass?
Vegemite.
Yeah, Vegemite. You want some Vegemite?
No.
You sure?
I would
can
like to
create
buy
food,
2 water breathing potions for 250 gold.
Roll a persuasion check.
Maybe it tastes like calamari. You never know.
If
No,
you guys
it's not.
need vegetables or fruit, I have magic that can do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah,
can-
magic.
Yeah, you
I
can,
can create little plants and stuff.
yeah, you can eat his magical fruit. Yeah.
But doesn't
Cur-
taste like beer broth.
Don't eat too much though.
Charisma
Yeah.
is not my strong suit.
Yes, so yeah, I'll give it to you for 300 unless you buy some Vegemite.
I don't understand your business.
It's about getting the word out on a Vegemite. So I would say if you buy 25 gold worth of Vegemite, it's quite a bit. I'll bring your price down to I'll say 225.
think it's a promotional tactic.
Yeah, you got it. You see it as there, Brian.
So 25 gold pieces for some Vegemite, and so
He's really being paid by the.
I was just gonna say, Tari is not the like wisest cat, so you're confusing her so much.
He's really
Like
a
a bunch
cultural
of-
ambassador and has to get rid of this stuff.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like a bunch of zebras are running in front of you, and you have no idea what's going on. Terrible.
Yeah. Mons.
Yeah, I guess I'll buy your. So 2 potions for 225, and then 25 gold worth of some tar
Veggie.
paste.
I mean, yeah, if you want to call it that. It's edible.
Right.
It's edible.
I guess
It tastes like meat, and you're not going to get much meat around here.
I'm pretty sure it's made out of beer that is cooked overnight over on a fire.
Yes.
You can
I guess
certainly pretend it's
I'll
that,
buy
yeah.
What about the mite that comes from the sea? Do you have any marmite? I prefer that slightly.
No, I'm sorry. We're all out of marmite. We got some marmalade.
Ooh, that is always good. Yes, hook me up.
No, I'm not going to do that.
No.
My mom makes the marmalade. All right, so are we done yet?
I'm not done. I haven't started.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Oh
All
yeah,
right,
Theo
go ahead.
hasn't done any shopping.
Yes, I am looking for some certain items, and I wonder if you might be able to help me.
Yeah.
Firstly, I believe a drum kit would be amazing for the mental health of my companion. I am looking for a rhythm maker's drum, for which I can send you a link. It is an uncommon item, according to this book.
It is made by an artificer named Tama.
All right.
Uncommon, of course, plus 1. That's what that means.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm trying to open up a link right now. Just give me a quick 20 minutes or so.
I believe it is in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything.
Oh, Jesus, does it have the cost there?
It's uncommon.
So that'd be, I mean, I would say if uncommon items right now, after y'all have been, putting over the dough, I would say 500.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you. Do you have the item?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't be selling it to you if I didn't have it.
Excellent. Rhythm Maker's Drum. Wonderful.
What does that do?
Gives me a +1 on all my spells.
Oh wow,
Wow.
nice.
Excellent.
What
Oh,
else?
that's
do you want?
rare. Never mind. Would you happen to have a stone of good luck?
Well, we have
Do we just-
we have a stone of luck, yeah.
A stone of good luck, though?
The same thing.
Well, it's it can be good, it can be bad. I don't know. This one sat on the shelf here for 10 years, and fucking Dianomos over there bought it.
Oh, the good. Oh, he already bought it. Never mind.
Well, and then Ezrin over there, she bought one too. Yeah,
What, a stone of good luck?
Demand skyrocketed. You all saw it.
yeah.
Fine. If it's going to be boring, I'm not going to get it. I just want cool stuff.
Well, we got some Fosters downstairs and some Vegemite.
Rexenor's in the corner putting his hood up and down going, I'm a Manta Ray, I'm a Rexenor. I'm a Manta Ray, I'm a Rexenor.
Well, I mean, it does. That's not really what it means, but yeah. All right. What else do you want, Minotaur?
I think Tari is still trying to figure out the maths.
Yeah, it's complex.
Would you happen to have Eyes of the Eagle?
Ooh. Let me look.
That's fancy.
It's not fancy at all. In fact, it sounds really.
So plain.
It just sounds like an actual pair of glasses.
According to this here, it says it's a wondrous item.
It's uncommon.
Ooh.
It lets you see things that are quite far away.
Yeah.
I already have that, Theodore. The cold eyes.
Well, maybe you just
Let me just confirm the price there. I mean, fuck, it is an uncommon item. I don't know what this one's talking about. One of my books says 2,500 gold pieces. The other one says 500. So it's a bit of a shift.
it just gives you fine. I don't know what else there is.
I mean, maybe if you can't see in the dark, maybe some kind of dark vision stuff should be good for you.
I'm looking at this thing, but none of the items have the descriptions in them.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Let's see.
You know, this would be a lot easier if you guys had sent me, like, you know, a birdie with some mail attached to it early on, like I asked, but, you know, it's
Sweet.
fine.
Oops.
What's the fun in that?
Yeah. Some of that Gmail.
How about No, that's boring too. How about a suit of plate armor? Now that costs 1,500 gold.
Yeah. Let me just double check. Just told it into my system here. Yeah, that's what I quote. It has as well, 1,500.
How about, I have a wonderful idea. If you bundle both of these items together, I will give you 1,500 gold, and I will sing you a song.
Well, don't really need a song.
Well, no, a jingle for your beer, so that you might sell more of it.
We sell lots of beer.
Well, apparently you've sold all of your beer to us.
Yeah. Beer's sold out now.
I'm trying to make a persuasion check to see if I can perhaps give you something in return that is better than money.
So you want like a $500 discount? Is that what you said?
Well, maybe less than that.
So, what's the song?
What would you like me to sing about?
About my store and how awesome it is.
All right. Do you want a persuasion or a performance check?
First do a performance.
Okay, here we go. All right.
And it needs to be like a really bad like East Coast mattress commercial.
Spears and bears on the street, come and get it, or you'll hurt. Their prices can't be beat as long as you buy beer. Prices only low. Prices only low if beer is purchased.
Oh, not bad in all areas.
Wow, that's pretty good.
The best
hell?
part of
It's pretty good.
waking up is Foster's in your cup.
I don't know.
And you're sailing on the sea, and you need to drink something. Foster's beer is great for you. And then it's just a didgeridoo for about 30 seconds.
Foster's beer is good for you, and now I play my didgeridoo.
That's right. Yeah, it's pretty good. You know, I'll say with the 21 and that kind of little jingle there. Yeah, I'll give it to you for 1,500 both. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That gives me more money to buy more from you. In
good.
fact, I would like one last item, if that's quite all right.
You know, we don't have anything else planned tonight, so yeah.
We haven't done anything.
I know, right?
Great. It's wonderful. Let's see. I would like to. No. I had it.
Well, clearly not, because I haven't given it to you yet.
I would like
Some French fries.
goggles of night.
Yeah, we sold one of those to Rexenol, yeah. How much did I quote you at that, Rexenol?
600.
Yeah, that's about right.
All right. So that would be my final purchase. Thank you very much.
Yeah, all right. Well, anyone else have any last little tidbits, little items that'll, accoutrement?
I now have less gold, 295. Here is 2,100 gold pieces, my friend.
Yeah, you guys got me set for days.
Yes. A hail and hearty farewell, Cletus of Miletus.
Yeah, you too, Rexenol of Miletus. What's that, Ezrin?
I said thank you very much.
Yeah, you guys are
Ooh,
good,
actually,
good
do you
customers.
purchase items back?
Yeah, like half the price at most. Yeah,
I have a set of splint mail that I no longer need.
yeah.
It was worth 200 gold new, but how much will you be?
What
you
is
be
the what is the exchange rate normally?
It is about half.
About half. So yeah, I can get. I'll take it back for you.
I'll sign it for you if you for an additional 1 gold.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll just give
All
you.
right.
I'll just give you 100 gold.
Oh, this.
All
Well, I won't sell it to you then. I'll go next door.
right. You can sell it to my brother.
Who's your brother?
It's not Cletus.
It's Cletus.
I'm sorry I asked. I really did.
He just runs next door and puts on a fake mustache.
Let me write down the things I bought. Goggles of 9.
Yeah, and make sure you all subtract the money too.
That was a lot of money.
I'm feeling quite lucky and quite good.
Why didn't you get that deal, Jason? I don't know.
There was one more thing I wanted, and I do not remember. So never mind.
Well, if you remember it,
it's
you
too
can-
late now. I already bought other crap.
Oh yeah, you're out of gold. All right. So
Do we have
I'll
like?
sell the armor for 100.
Sorry, can we make a pact with him where we can summon a merchant while we're out in the field?
yeah,
Like a
you know,
like a teleportation.
you know, if you had the ability, I could certainly have a conversation with you. But
don't have-
coming to you, that would be a bit of a stretch. Yeah.
Okay.
But next time you guys are in Miletus, go ahead and stop on by Spees and Bees, and I'll get you hooked up again.
Tell you what, Lucky Lala, when Rexenar can cast a 9th level spell, we'll cast Gate and summon him.
There we go. If we ever make it that
I
far,
can't summon.
10 years from now.
Yeah, in like 8 years.
Years.
Yeah, you know, this world might be completely destroyed by then. It's fine, because the gods seem to be out for it. All right, well, toodles, everybody. I'm going to be closing up shop and going to go on vacation to Altrisos. I'll see y'all later.
We talked him.
Wait, don't go there!
He got so fed up with us that he like made up every excuse he could. I'm going away for him. You'll
All
never
right,
see me again.
All our gold's at the bottom of the sea now.
Yeah.
that's right. So, speaking of Altrisos, as you all, and I'll get you the map here of Miletus. Should have been on it the whole time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
As you all begin walking back to Euterpe's place, a group of guards come rushing up to you all and strongly ask for your presence at the Council of 12.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say?
Yes. How could we say
We would be honored to appear before the 12 again.
Yes, I agree.
All right, so you are quickly rushed through town. People part ways. Nothing seems to be necessarily amiss in town itself. But then, as you get up to the Temple of the 12, there seems to be lots of buzz, lots of noise going on. People running to and fro. You are quickly ushered into the chamber. You don't. You don't sit around in the waiting hall for long, if at all.
Sorry, I just popped up right on Superior Charlie in close up.
Nice. It's like a mirror.
I have way more body hair than that. So
So you all stand at your podiums, and Superior Parasophia looks down at you all, and she says, Astronauts, we have some grave news. And in fact, I need to delete one of these guys. Rena over here is not there. So she looks around at the 11 and looks down to you, and she says, we have heard reports from Altrisos that it is all but gone.
What?
That all souls, all bodies and their souls are no longer, and the city is in utter ruin.
What?
Oh dear.
Oh, that's right.
What
Do they
happened?
know what happened?
The reports are coming in, and it's very chaotic. What we do know, or think we know, is that some creatures beyond anything anyone has ever seen came out of the ocean. That there were these 3 large creatures, not krakens. The reports echoed into a time of the past. We cannot believe they are true, but the scholars are beginning to think that they may have been shadows of the Tritons themselves.
Yeah, my.
Not the Tritons, the
Titans.
Titans themselves,
Yes.
Titans.
and has laid waste to Altrisos.
You forgot the Titans?
Never forget the Titans. I know that you all have recently been there, and so we wanted to let you know this immediately. Rex, our Superior Dorotheos will be setting out within the hour to go and lead some kind of a rescue mission, but it looks bleak. His companion Rena had left yesterday and presumably had just arrived, but we have no reports from any survivors quite just yet. Just reports of people who were out in the fields and in nearby villages that saw the destruction. So I do not want this to waylay your adventure, and we wanted to let you know that your ship is prepared and ready to set sail, and that I fear Miletus will be stretched thin with our recovery efforts and one of our major cities being annihilated and then being accosted on all fronts by the return. So I feel, and the council feels that your mission is more important now than perhaps it ever was.
It is very grey.
It is indeed very grey. It's a grey day. Anything y'all want to say, ask, do?
Members of the council, I assure you we shall do everything within our powers to set things right so that we can bring Miletus back to the glory it so richly deserves.
Thank you. We have full faith in you and your ability to get to the bottom of what the hell is going on in Asphodel. I think it is time is of the essence. Do not delay, please.
Understood.
Wow. So the Titans have returned? Or so it seems.
So, Superior Dorotheo speaks up and he says, "We do not know yet if they were the Titans of old. But what we do know is that, at the very least, they were near to as powerful as a Titan. That they are creatures that we have never encountered yet in living memory. Or in any of the stories of old."
I don't know how much resources you have, but what I suggest is that you have a backup plan to protect your people just in case this happens here. We don't know how far spread these attacks are going to happen. So, like, build a shelter or something for your people so that we can save as many lives as possible until we find out what's going on.
Could you take them to a refuge more inland, just in case these Titans crop up here as well?
That has been a thought. We fear that there will be outright panic in just a matter of hours or minutes, once word has fully been brought to the populace, that people will indeed do that on their own and flee the cities.
There could be riots.
There could be. And Superior Charlie goes, "Yeah, dude, but like, luckily no one's gonna die, so that's fucking awesome, right? It's gonna be like party town in the fields."
What?
Yeah.
Yes, what happened to the people if they can't die?
And Dorotheo speaks up again and says, "What we know is that whatever this force is, that it completely annihilated the body and the soul. We do not know what truly happens to the soul once. I mean, we have champions and a few others who have been to the underworld, but we fear that that was not their destination, that their souls were completely annihilated as well, based off the initial reports of the destruction."
Are there any of the survivors here at all?
No, we have only reports from Sending Stones at the moment.
Well, why don't we just throw ourselves into the greatest danger possible? Sounds fun.
I think we have little choice, dear Nomenos.
Absolutely.
Our destiny has brought us to this, and we must fulfill it. As you, Superior Dorotheos, must also face your own.
Yes, I fear that our destinies are strongly entwined. Yours and ours up here.
Indeed, but isn't that the Nicklean way?
It is indeed. It is indeed.
And we share a wry, world-weary smile, which is the sign of the Nicklean.
That's right. Anything else you want to do with the Council of the 12 before you guys head out?
I don't know. There's nothing we can do to help the dead.
Do you
I think it's
know how...
time to venture forth and just find out solutions, answers.
Wait, I have just one question. I have this bunion, and I was wondering if you had any ideas of how to get rid of it.
A bunion?
Yes.
Magic missile.
On my hoof. Well, close to my hoof.
Well, I mean, we can get some clippers and just...
Oh! God, no. I'll seek a healer. Sorry I asked.
Okay, I mean, that's
Okay.
not really... We told you not to, like, waste time, but
Oh.
we understand that
Well,
it's hard
you
not
want
to.
me at my best, though, right? I'd assume.
We want... Yes.
There we are.
All right. So before you all set sail, I didn't finish going through the list. So Rexenor hung out with his family. Theodore, what'd you do during the week?
I don't know. I thought I was being introduced to all the vegan hits.
That's true. You hung out with Rexenor for a while, ate some of his mom's food.
That was a little odd. I'm not going to lie, but it was very delightful. I think she might have got the wrong impression, Rexenor.
She does that with everyone. Don't worry. It's how they paid for the Decatia.
I don't know. What else would I like to do in the city apart from see the sights, view the people panicking over how horrible things are going?
Okay. Yeah.
Can I do? I mean, I guess I could perform or take time on the streets and do enact my art, my philosophizing on street corners.
Yeah. Go ahead and do another performance check.
It's probably not going to go well.
17? That's not bad. So actually,
Oh wait,
Is your-
+1 because of my drums.
hey, there you go.
No, wait, that doesn't.
Well,
do
that was
that.
before your
Yeah, but-
drums.
Your didgeridoo case open for like
the
tips?
didgeridoo. It's more of a duffel bag.
Gig bag.
It's actually like a poster tube.
Yeah, I'll say that Rexenor and Theodore, with your activities, I will say you both get an additional point of piety.
Ooh. Take it.
Tari, what were you doing during your weekend, the hellhole of Miletus?
So,
Hey, it's my hometown you're talking about.
Yeah.
Tari is having a very rough time. She is obviously a carnivore, and Tari has been following Rex and Theo to the vegan restaurants in probably a really bad disguise.
Why a disguise?
She's completely embarrassed to follow them
Okay.
To a vegan place.
Fair
to
enough.
a vegan place.
Understandable.
Yeah.
So she's been trying to find something that she can eat, and unfortunately, each meal she tends to rage and do a daunting roar directed by the wait staff or to the wait staff.
Rexenor, check this out. Is a cheese. They call it a cheeseburger. It's a piece of cheese in a bun. It's delightful.
That is, I have studied the mysteries of the universe, and this is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
It's very. I mean, if you're expecting something else, it's also vegan cheese made out of almonds or something.
Is this Satan?
Hail, Satan. I imagine Harry taking a bite out of the cheeseburger and just
Blech.
entering a rage.
Yeah. Yeah. So Tari's now known far and wide by all weights. Will definitely avoid you. Or
Hey, it's like you going to a restaurant.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. Anything else, Tari?
Nah.
All right. Lucky, we skipped you. Anything you were doing during the week?
I kind of have an idea. What I did is because of all the death and no death, the city's just starting to smell so rotten. So I kind of been doing like during the bubonic plague or the black plague where they put roses and flowers. I've just been kind of walking around every once in a while, casting a little flower plant to kind of help.
Yeah. Your pockets are just
'Cause
full
I'm
of
like gagging
posies.
everywhere I go.
Yeah. Yeah. Your pockets are full of
Oh my God, what's
posies,
that
and you're
smell?
putting flowers everywhere. And
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're brightening up the
And I put a
place.
few more in my hair, and I got a few more flowers in my hair around my neck. A little
Nice. Who's your god that you follow?
Kamini
Karamitra?
Karmitra. Yeah.
I'll say with this massive, well-populated city, I'll give you a point of piety as well.
Yay! I'm at 4 now.
Nice. All right. So, you all pack up, say goodbye to Euterpe, who's going to keep doing her studies. She is saddened about the news that you give her about Altrisos and hits the books doubly hard. And that really she's going to spend time within the Decatia studying Zenobia, or not Zenobia, whatever the hell his name is. Xenagios. And how he actually... So she has figured out that he became a god, but doesn't know how. And so she's going to spend that time of how does one actually ascend to godhood? So she tells you that before you depart.
That'll be important knowledge.
Yeah. And as you hit the docks, you go back to your ship, and you find that it has been hooked up with a couple naval ballista. One on starboard and one on port. So these ballista...
Can we have someone on the front too? Can we have another one?
You, with enough energy, you might be able to move it. So I'll put it in chat here. This thing does a +6 to hit, has a range of 124-80, and does 3d10 piercing damage on a hit.
Nice.
Yeah.
To ships or to people?
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, we're
That's not
upgraded our
bad.
ship.
Well, 3d10 doesn't
Very
sound like a
cool.
lot of harm to a person.
I mean, it would hit pretty hard. I know on I mean, not that these rules necessarily apply here. On the new Adventure Zone, like ship weapons do twice as much damage to humanoids.
Oh,
I mean, and 3d10 is an average of 15, which would sure as hell hurt the shit out of me.
Yeah,
that's true.
yeah.
A crit could do 60.
Yeah.
As you go off the gangplank, you see that Demi is trying to just keep Romeo quiet in his bunk. He is fully healed, but just trying to make sure that he doesn't go anywhere or do anything. The other people are rolling in just cask after cask of beer and not sure why they're doing this and why you all bought so much beer, but you did. And
Keep
so
your spirits up.
We call it morale boosting.
yeah, Arnaldo's like, yes, this is great.
See,
I don't know if you tasted it.
I told you, Arnaldo, we would share the wealth with the crew. Did I not?
Yes, you did it. This is awesome. This is great. Thank you. I already drank a half of one.
I flip my cloak over my shoulder, take my fancy goggles, and put them in my pocket and move on.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. Anything else you want to do on the ship before we set sail or in Miletus? Last call.
I'm gonna get this bunion problem looked at.
I'm sure you can.
Good.
Rexenor just hangs out in the crow's nest and like looks longingly after Miletus as it fades over the horizon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You go through the different gates of Miletus, seeing these tall statues on either side of the bay as you continue forth. You know that your destination is a city of the Tritons, and I'll paint it on here. It's about here somewhere.
Wait, we're on the wrong map.
Oh, you're not on the map yet.
We're on Millington.
That would be helpful.
Oh.
So I put a little orange dot.
Where?
I said
Orange dot? It looks purple.
Purple
It's
dot.
purple dot, actually. It's a purple
Right
dot.
in line.
Eddie, are you okay?
Well, that's okay.
It's like that old dress image. Do you see the red dress or the blue dress?
Yeah, this is the purple dot.
Curved Earth often mixes up colors.
I do often mix up.
Color blindness is more common in males.
It's not color blindness. I know the difference between purple and orange. Anyway, I am multitasking to like a 10th degree over here. And
No judgment from me. Trust me.
I don't give a shit about
It
colors.
certainly sounds like it.
There is a dot of a color in the middle of the goddamn Bay of Miletus that you all are trying to get to. There it is with the red arrows.
Andy, that's yellow.
All right.
And now we're going to fight a
Ezra is
kraken.
now muted.
Suddenly we crash and die.
But anyway, so you know that this city, what is going on? What is that? Is this supposed to be someone holding it?
Do you not know your old internet? Come on.
No.
Is that a
blocked
Star
out the
Runner
other
reference
internet.
or something?
Whatever. Okay. So, you know that this town or city is called Gepgla.
Which is?
The town that you're trying to get to, the Triton town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's really unpronounceable. Every time you say it, it sounds a little different. It's weird.
Can you just speak for me in this case?
Yeah, Ezrin is able to translate it. What was that?
It is true. It kind of sounds like a whale giving birth and lots of bubbles.
Gross.
It's gross. It's obscene, really. All right. So as you're setting sail, it's beautiful weather for the most part. You got the rowers rowing, uh, Romeo staying in his bunk, staying nice and healthy. You see the cities going by. Uh, you're too far. The land is too much, so you can't see Altrisos or the destruction of it. It takes you a couple days to get down to kind of the area that you think you need to get to. I need you all to roll a perception check. Apostle says the Triton language is beautiful and majestic.
Oh,
Tari's like, water again?
Not only is Tari on this stupid ship, she is also starving.
That's true.
And I am just trying to explain to her all the beauty around. I'm not paying attention. I'm like, no, look at this, Tardy. It is wonderful. Water is your friend.
You're too busy being the only competent sailor in the whole fucking ship.
That's true.
So,
I mean, starving.
Tari,
Starving because you're eating a bunch of Vegemite, so maybe you are starving.
I was just gonna say Tari is like contemplating whether or not she can just get a bunch of fish and have like live sushi. But then she just doesn't know if it would upset her stomach or not.
Yeah, having live fish in your belly probably wouldn't be super good for your belly. Ezrin disappeared.
Into the water.
She
What
went
happened?
to low deck, so that's why she got a critical failure on the perception check.
Oh, it cut out, apparently. Now we're going to do the roll 20.
Yay!
Hey.
Now it feels like a real Thursday night.
I know.
Yeah.
I missed it in the beginning.
Refresh.
No, don't refresh. I see.
Don't,
I see.
not yet.
Do you guys see me?
No,
No.
I can hear you.
We hear you.
We hear you.
All right. Fuck,
That's good enough.
One refresh. Stupid refresh. All right, I refreshed and I can see her.
All right.
Well, here we go.
Hey, it worked.
Yay.
Can you
There
make
we go.
Can you make your native mermaid language sound like pirates? That'd make me happy. Yes.
All right. So other than Tari and Ezrin, who, yeah, Ezrin's trying to just keep the ship going in the right direction, you see it's not an island, it's more of an atoll, like a slight elevated part, or like a coral reef going in a circle. Ezrin, do a history check with advantage. Or nature, whichever one's higher.
History or nature? Sorry, it closed out my character sheet. 1 second.
Oh, no.
What are we doing? Nature?
Ezrin is.
Oh,
Yes. Wait, nature or
History.
history? They're the same.
H3.
Okay. You don't even have to do it with advantage then. The 21. You know that this is a telltale sign that you have come to the entrance of a Triton city.
Ooh.
Nice.
Take me down to the Triton City.
Where the gills are red and the girls are fishy. Or the boys are... So
That was pretty good.
you also know that in order to enter the city, you have to go into the center of this lagoon and go through a funnel that will teleport you or bring you down, suck you down, really, into the city center. Or
We
the
call
city.
it the big toilet flush.
That's what I called it. That's what I called it on
Like a
stream.
whirlpool?
It's a
like a
whirlpool.
whirlpool?
Yes. Yes. If you ever seen that dam, I think it's in California, that has that huge circle that's like that's death circle. It's like that.
Oh,
It's terribly frightening.
how exciting.
Very, very frightening.
Yeah.
In fact, we'll just say that you all make port and come to this toilet of doom.
The Twilight.
I bet I can do it twice as fast as anyone else.
So what are y'all doing?
Is our boat going down or just us?
There are rocks around, so there are some places where you can, dock your ship and keep it there for a while.
Can we maybe tether each other to each other? Tether ourselves together so we don't like end up. Or is
Yeah.
this safe, Ezrin? Or is this safe?
What's the
Maybe-
standard way for entry, Ezrin?
Yeah. Jump in, fly in.
What do I
swim.
say the standard way is?
What would be the
What's
standard ways?
standard?
Ezrin, you know that most of the time this is completely safe, especially for Tritons. You've never really done it with non-Triton folk, especially sheep and centaurs, but and other hoofed creatures, which is like 90% of the party at this point. But yeah, you just jump
I
in.
would suggest you do your water breathing activities now. Who
Yeah.
I
wants
don't
to
have any.
Anyone
I don't
need
think I have any either.
I'm gonna shapeshift into something.
Rexenor does a dive off into the ocean. It's just like darting around like a fucking dolphin on crack.
Okay, you do that. The sheep just looks at you. Pork chop is like, meh,
Pork chop, you stay on the ship.
nah,
Nobody likes wet wool.
No.
meh, meh. Goes
Two
back
people
to the
can
ship.
have caps of water breathing.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna take one of my water breathing potions.
I don't have anything to breathe underwater, Wyatt.
You can have a cap. You have a cap right now.
Isn't there a store of convenience around here somewhere where we could get some water breathing capsules or whatnot?
That's what Meletus was for.
No, but that's not close. I mean, surely they must have overland visitors here all the time. Have a bat.
Typically, we do not like a lot of outsiders in our cities. We do not necessarily encourage it.
Oh,
It
if
only
you haven't-
lasts for an hour. Ugh.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna die.
I think we're all gonna die.
Yeah.
Well,
A cap. One more cap for the taking.
I'll take it.
sure.
Okay.
So I'm gonna turn into
I mean, we could also just keep going and ignore this place.
If you have alter self, Dianominos, you can breathe water for an hour.
Oh, I think I might. That's right.
Oh, so you're covered, and then
Yeah.
Tari and Theo can have a cap.
All right. Yes, I have breathe water. But
Why did I buy those potions then? Dang it!
So are you using one? Tari?
She can have the cap.
So Tari Dianominos is altering self. Rexnor is a
See my
fish.
picture.
Cloak of
I
the
can't see
Manta
it.
Ray.
You're a manta ray. Lucky, what are you doing?
I'm actually a giant seahorse, so it's like those little seahorses, but it's a giant one. And you can actually
It's
ride
like-
me.
It's like a little seahorse except giant.
Yeah, you can ride me, and I can carry a person.
That is
So
awesome.
it's a little bit safer because I actually have some control of my movement.
Perhaps you should take Tari because Tari is a little freaked out with the water.
I hate water.
Tari hates water.
I fear
Be
this
safe
will not
on
be a
me.
good swimmer.
Because
All
I
right,
can
hold on
actually
just a
move
quick
a little
second.
bit. I can breathe underwater.
All right,
I
it's
don't
gonna
know
be
that
it's
any
gonna be
reason-
huge. It's gonna be huge.
Huge.
What? Heck?
That is fantastic.
Ooh, I don't like the face of that thing.
What the fuck?
It looks like a whale.
He's a very handsome seahorse.
There.
It looks like I
Oh.
can fit two people on
Is
that.
this a mount?
It's almost.
I mean, it's a
Whoa.
giant seahorse.
Google giant seahorse E5. You can see like people riding it.
All right.
I'm not a very. I won't. I don't think having hooves is really especially good for swimming. So
That's
Yeah.
true.
I think I might have to take the offer that you drag me along, Lucky. I don't know if you can respond in your seahorse form or not.
I can't.
with that kind of a mouth, he starts sucking out your brain.
No, Nordak.
Scary.
No.
Yeah. So you Theodore. So you got the hood on. You jump on his back.
This is an adventure.
Ready to go. All right. Chiron, he sucks down a potion of water breathing real quick. Y'all ready to just jump on in?
How
Hell yeah.
much was the How much was the cap? How much was the water breathing cap for reference?
I made the water breathing cap with my infusion. I got 2 infusions today, and I spent them on the water cap
Oh,
instead of my crossbow, mind you.
because we could have bought one from the shop too.
Yes, that is true, but you didn't.
But she made it.
I didn't think we'd need it. I thought they'd have a visitor center.
And as you do this, you fall into the water, and this vortex begins to pull you around, and you go from one side of this lagoon to the other, going around in a whirlpool, getting faster and faster as you get to the center. And the water is concave, and you begin to see only water above you. You can still breathe, and then you feel this. You feel this force just suck you down, and water pops over your head. Luckily, you all can breathe, but you have no control over this. What you see is just first a world of bubbles and light, and that lightness becomes darker and darker and darker. The bubbles become less and less as you continue on. You fall for several minutes, being pulled down. You feel the pressure begin to build and build around you, and then at some point begins to equalize, where it doesn't increase anymore. Looking down, you begin to see light stretch out around you, this effervescent, glowing light. As the sun begins to recede to near darkness, the light beneath you begins to glow brighter and brighter. By the time you get there, it is as bright as day, and you see fields of coral glowing in what would appear to be the night, even though with this glow, it illuminates everything around you. You see sharks and whales and fish of every type. And as you get closer to the city, you begin to see tritons walking along the bottom of the ocean floor, and roads begin to form, and walls and domes and palaces and different types of buildings, and a city made out of every hue in the rainbow begins to materialize around you. As you get closer, you see this rock isn't the right word because it's living coral, but it's this domed building that has a small hole in the very top. And this water vortex is pulling you down, and you get sucked, and it's wide enough as you get closer to it, pulls you down through this hole, and you end up in another chamber that is almost the same dimension as the lagoon up above. And you land on land, but you're still definitely in water. And your movement is slowed. You're breathing through whatever device you currently have. What are y'all doing? Ezrin, do you have Calamario and Clickety Clack with you?
I have Dr. Calamario. I do not have Mr. Clickety Clack. He
Okay.
was replaced with a cat today.
Okay.
He's just inanimate on the ship. Or perhaps in my pocket.
Jason, that is not okay. Fish centaur.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what are you doing? What are people doing? You look around?
Oh yeah, baby. I've got a passive perception of 19. I'm always looking around.
Anyone else want to see what they see?
Yes. Always.
I'm
Do a
talking to
perception
Colin,
check.
I'm just like, oh, it's so beautiful. Isn't it so beautiful?
It is indeed beautiful, Ezrin. I've never appreciated it before, but now that I can breathe underwater, I appreciate this beauty so much.
Yes.
Anyone want to do a perception check?
Indeed.
See if I can do as bad as last time.
Yeah, I did one better than the past.
Yeah, you're good.
Look at Dia.
Yeah, Dianomos.
Oh, yeah.
Ezrin, you're just like looking around everywhere. You're loving this. This is like this is where you belong, really. You're
wish-
swimming around,
Poor Tari.
having a good time. Tari's like, is there fish to eat here yet?
I wish this had been a fight night. I actually am getting decent
Swim
rolls.
did meat.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But you do notice lots of coral around you, and then there's someone walking up to you with a lantern, who is walking in a very brisk fashion, but very formal as well.
How do you do fire underwater?
Oh, there's ways.
Oh yes, magical ways, my friend.
Wow.
Yes.
So
you can
she,
use it to impress your ladies that you bring back to your dorm room if you're.
It's one of the first things we learn in Wizard College.
so she swims up to you all and she says, "Were you asking me that question about fire underwater?
I find it fascinating.
This little charm here is neither fire, nor is it necessarily water, as you are wondering. It is a charm that we create down here in the Triton Sea. Welcome. You must be the Asterions."
Yes.
I'm afraid to ask. What's your name?
Give us the simple version.
My name
No, I like the native.
my name is Romia. And that is my name. Are you all suited for the water? Are you all able to breathe? No one's dying at the moment.
Not at the moment, anyway.
Okay. I have been instructed that if you all need anything for breathing underwater, we can get you caps, we can get you some underwater potion breathing, potions of underwater breathing, and so on and so forth. Just let me know, and I will be sure to take care of you.
Can I have one? Because I'm going to stay in this shapeshift form.
Yes, and perhaps
All the
my
time.
friend Ian Nominos
absolutely.
could get that so he doesn't have to concentrate on breathing.
Yes. Do you have a water breathing caster? That would be the best for all of us, I think.
Yes, we certainly can bring you to. Actually, I can certainly cast water breathing for you all, for the temporary.
That would be much appreciated. It lasts the full day.
Yes. So, what's that?
I have a question. Can I do a partial shapeshift so that I still have and webbed hands, but not my body change? So that I can kind of move in the water easier.
I don't know if druids know alter self.
Oh, that's more like shapeshifting, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'll do a spell save roll.
Okay.
It's just like a bad wild shape form.
For-
Or a spell. Let's see. What would that be? The
Half-ass wild shape.
What's a spell save? Like a
um,
like a
like a
Intelligence
roll a. Where I'm trying to look up your character sheet real quick.
I don't want to like mess this
isn't
up.
Is it the same as your spell attack bonus?
Uh,
Have to-
that plus 8.
like and then maybe I can even make just gills on my face too. Kind of just
You know,
like-
actually, just do an Arcana check.
Oh, yeah. That's
oh,
A 10.
shoot.
Yeah, you're like probably can't do that.
Okay.
right. Oh.
I will take the breathing device. My
Okay.
magic is not strong enough right now.
So she gives you the breathing device. Do you turn back into Lucky?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, well, it's good to see you in a satyr form. What? So I know the Asterians, but I'm unfamiliar with all of your names.
Oh. Well, I'm Dianominus. But
Welcome.
thank you.
And the rest.
I'm Rexenor of Miletus.
Ah,
Lucky Lala of the Skolavel.
welcome.
I am Ezra Nazul Nightshade at your service.
Ezrin, we have heard stories of you. Welcome.
Welcome. It's wonderful to be in your beautiful city.
I am glad to see that you are no longer the captain of a pirate ship.
Hi, what was it? You knew.
Yes. Yes, we have heard of you. Welcome.
Thanks.
And the rest?
That's right, the rest. I am Theodore of the Asterian.
Welcome, Theodore.
Tari is Tari.
Tari is Tari. As eloquent as Leonin ever has been. Please, we are awaiting you in the royal chamber. Would you mind following me?
Of course.
Lead on.
So she begins to bring you into the streets of the city, and again, there are now towers made out of living coral, and you can see different tritons throughout this. You see a large wall surrounding the city. It's not as large as Miletus. I would say maybe as large as Altrisos, getting a good sense of it. It's a bustling city. You do get the sense that there are many soldiers around, that they are as equally preparing for war as Miletus was. And there seems to be quite the martial activity. She also tells you that they received word from Miletus through a sending stone that they should prepare for your arrival and that they should offer you any aid. And because of that, the king and queen of the city would like to meet with you all. Before you get there, she says, we are approaching the royal palace. Is there any questions that you have before we meet with the king and queen?
Are there any formalities we should observe of which we are unaware?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What the fuck was that?
That was, somebody having an off day. It just... Okay.
Can you just make one of us have
Dragon
to
Ball Z?
Someone was burning a Dragon Ball Z figure on the stove to make it look like he was powering up.
Could we do the Picard speech where he has to have the perfect pronunciation for that ridiculous language?
No, we do not anticipate any of you truly knowing our language. All you have to do, there will be 5 lights. And all you have to do is say how many lights there are. It's that simple.
I love that got a response from Alyssa.
I saw her in the background, that's why I said it.
Wait, I have a question. What if there are only 4 lights, or perhaps as many as 6?
No,
what do we do then?
no. The answer is 5.
Like 4 lights.
No, 5.
There are 4 lights.
There are...
What are you talking about?
I'm
I don't
going
know,
to
this
get
is all
an
theoretical
electric
to
eel if you don't
It's-
watch out.
It was this test we used to do at the Decadia. Quite terrible, quite terrible.
Yes.
Everyone hated that freshman class.
Ostensibly, it was for counting to 5.
Yeah. It's called college algebra. It's the worst class ever.
Yes.
Yes. Oh.
Oh, please, you have not heard college algebra.
So-
Technically, I tested out.
So she does yeah, there's the engineer up there being like, doo doo doo.
Best $50 I ever spent.
Yeah. So you paid for getting out of algebra.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I did. I had to take a test and I paid $50, and I'd do it again in a second.
All right.
I mean, not today, obviously.
Anyway, so she does tell you that you will be meeting with a number of the royal viziers as well, and to pay them just as much respect as you would the king and the queen. But please reply to the king directly when asked any questions whatsoever. So, other than that, you're good to go. The palace, again, this is a sprawling complex. It's very much like Little Mermaid with the spires and stuff, but not made out of gold. It's all made out of living coral. The light is just emanating from it. It is awe-inspiring. And you end up going into the central chamber after going through many, many different rooms. You're down in the very south end here, and there's a large walkway leading towards the really the main chair of the king and queen. And she looks back at you all and she says, I will, Romeo says, I will introduce you all. Please, there is this central shell-shaped bridge here. Stand in the middle as a form of respect and stay there. Do not approach any further across the bridge, if you could. And she steps forward and she says, Your Royal Highness, or Your Royal Highnesses, whatever, and my brain's starting to die.
They don't stand on ceremony. It's okay.
Right, Your Royal Highness and Grand Viziers, Admirals, I would like to introduce you the Asterions. We have Lucky Lala from the School of Vale. We have Ezrin Azul Nightshade, Dionomenos, Rexenor of Meletis, Theodore, and Tari is Tari.
Yes.
Tari is Tari.
If the Asterions would please step forward across the bridge, and I must not forget, we also have another Nyxborn named Chiron.
Yes, I was about to say, what the hell is Chiron doing?
What's up, Chiron?
Dude, I'm like totally here, guys, but like, I don't want to step on your feet or anything, so y'all just go ahead and do what you need to do here.
Oh, I appreciate that. I had a centaur step on my hooves once, and it was unpleasant.
Yeah, I heard you got a boil from that. I'm really sorry.
Yes.
Really didn't mean to like step on your hooves, but there's, it was really rocky, and kind of accidentally stepped on you. I'm really sorry, man.
All is forgiven.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Tar, are you gonna come up here?
I suppose. Sorry, I'm.
It's all right.
Where is it?
You're in the middle.
You just come up to the bridge.
Oh, I didn't realize it. Sorry, all I had was like the fantastical clouds. I didn't realize.
Everyone else is there.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Can you guys see everything?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then, what's her name again? Romeo. Romeo goes and introduces, and she says, Asterions, I would like to introduce King Gloop Gloop and Queen Gloop Gloop. The Admiral Fishsticks, the Grand Mage Bluegill, and then the advisors Sashimi and Maki.
Oh my
And the royal gods, Tamaki and Nigiri.
Oh my. We need to get this death thing
Wow,
solved.
this is serious stuff.
Oh goodness.
Yes. I wish you all a sushi katsu.
Wasabi, Your Highness.
And King Gloop Gloop steps forward off of his chair, and he looks down at you all and says, I see that you know the ways and some of the customs of the Tritons. Wasabi to you, Dionomenos.
Not much, bro. Good to meet you. That's the proper response, I think.
That is not the proper response, but you are so close.
Ah, can you please tell me? I would feel very honored to hear it from the king of everyone.
Well, I mean, here we just, continue on once you say wasabi. And then you say wasabi back and you bow a little bit, and then you carry on with your day.
That's right. Wasabi.
No, wasabi.
Wasabi.
Wasabi! And you all look at Chiron and you're like, what the fuck did he just say? Okay, so King Gloop Gloop looks at you all and says, "You all have appeared to have traveled far over your travels. I heard through the sending stones from Elitis that you went to the Dakra Isles. Is that true?"
Yes.
A long time ago.
Indeed.
Long time ago, is it?
That
Weeks,
feels-
months, perhaps. I am saddened to hear about Altrisos of Melitus.
As are we. We were just there not long ago, actually.
Is that so? Was
Yes.
anything amiss while you were there?
Oh, there was an odd place. I mean, they had this weird death ritual, the Day of the Dead, if you will. I don't know. They had a grave titan emerge from the grave and eat some poor old crone that was around us. It was very weird.
That's
But we survived.
Queen Gloop Gloop in the back goes. Yes,
Where?
yes, that is a good question, my queen,
That is a good question.
and
What
says,
did she say?
she well, I'm sure as Ezrin would know, she is asking how fare the Council of the 12.
I mean, they're 11 12th good. One wasn't there.
Oh,
Yeah,
Statistically speaking, that's the second best they possibly could be.
that's true.
was one of them in Eltrisos?
Yeah.
Reports seem to indicate that, yes.
It is sad. We have been allies of Melitus for as long as anyone can remember. They are strong, powerful allies, and we are happy to share our trade and our goods and get goods in return from them. And it is sad to see that they are under such dire straits.
Yes,
It's
these are
hard.
trying times.
Something about money for nothing.
Yes, there are some bards who call themselves the Sultans of Swing who are trying to cheer them up.
I'm not sure what to make of that.
Oh, no one is.
And we are here to look for answers because
I think we were phoning that one in.
Lucky Lala. That is my question of what can we do for you all?
we know, as far as we know, these creatures came from the sea of some sort or came out of the sea. Not sure where they originated from. Have you experienced any type of like disturbance in the waters or sea quakes or anything like that?
Here in the Bay of Melitus, we are well sheltered from the outer waters. We have not heard from any of our other colonies and cities on the other side of the Melitan coast. Unfortunately, we do not know what they may have experienced or what these creatures were.
Are you experiencing any of this abnormality of death not being part of what's happening? Like, I guess.
So he looks back and goes and sits back down and he says to Admiral Fishsticks and says, "Admiral Fishsticks, would you please debrief with the Asteronauts of what you have seen?" And Admiral Fishsticks steps forward and he says, "Yes, what was the question?" "Oh, yes. What is going on in... Okay, so yes, the returned. Well, we have been in battle with these returned for weeks at this point. There has been much battle and much help from Thassa herself. Great tidal waves have occurred around the Bay of Melitus and on the south side of the lands of the returned. However, that has been to no avail. We were hoping that it would dash their bodies against the coral and destroy them. However, their bodies have simply sank to the ocean floor. Our warriors have set forth wave upon wave, crashing against these never-ending return. We have managed to render hundreds, if not thousands of them inert, but not dead. Decapitating their heads, severing their legs. No offense, sashimi, but essentially making a sashimi out of them. She looks up and says, none taken. And he says, but we have reports that the returned have changed tactics. Instead of stabbing us to death, which is no longer an option, as I'm sure you well know, they are capturing us and taking us to places behind enemy lines that we cannot get to. And we do not know for what purpose they take our soldiers to, but it is a change that we did not foresee, and that grieves us deeply.
That is very unfortunate. You have no idea what's going on back there.
We have not been able to get behind enemy lines yet.
Okay.
Theo, are you talking?
Yes. Sorry, the microphone was off. Sounds like a mission for an elite group of agents. Who can...
Unfortunately, we are the best you have available.
Yes, elite is not really an option, so you have to go with us.
We're the other guy.
Exactly.
When you can't get elite, you can get...
The astronauts.
That's our motto.
When you can't get the elite, you get the astronauts.
It's like, oh, yeah, we did a price comparison. We're hiring you guys.
Exactly.
They want like way too much.
We are the Kirkland Rangers.
True value champions.
Oh, no, that's a step down, my friend.
Maybe
So-
a private selection.
As you all are having this side conversation, you hear the queen go,
How long did you prepare this role?
I just made that up.
That's
I
amazing.
use my Afara power to comprehend languages.
Yeah, I would say Rexnor has probably cast the ritual so he can,
Yeah.
pick this up. But he is enjoying the poetry of
Exactly.
the primordial language.
Yes, and Ezrin can certainly...
Oh, I know primordial.
Yeah, and Ezrin can certainly interpret for you, but essentially she called on Bluegill to speak to what Bluegill knows. So again, Bluegill is the head mage for this Triton city. And she steps forward and she says, we do not know exactly where, or no, why they are taking our soldiers, but we do know where.
Ooh.
They are taking them to Asphodel itself.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
No,
And
no.
we have fear that they are doing the same to the Militan soldiers on land.
Well, I think that's where we were planning to head off to, anyways.
Yes.
Yes,
If
there's talk about coming in from the rear of Asphodel.
Have you taken any prisoners of theirs?
we typically try to sever them to pieces so that they are again inert.
Fair enough.
It's easier than housing a bunch of returned that are difficult to manage.
Yes. Good point.
If
Perhaps if you had privately run prisons where you could...
yes, for profit, I presume. Yes.
Actually, you know what? No civilized society would do such a thing. What a horrible suggestion. I take it
It's
back.
certainly not us. So, you're going up the back end into Asphodel, is that what I hear?
Yes, we're going to approach what many sailors call doggy style.
Oh, yes.
I don't know that that's entirely true, but keep going.
You
Well, it's a phrase I heard from Arnaldo, so I'm assuming knows everything
is
about
your
seamanship.
Will your way take you to the Blood Tree?
Perhaps.
Do I know where that is?
Never heard of it.
You may not. The Blood Tree is on the southern side of Asphodel. It is a bloody boil within the rear end of Asphodel. I caution you to avoid its Aka demeanor. It is a evil place, but if you must, you must. That is, but I must inform you that if you go to Asphodel itself, it is extremely dangerous. Perhaps now it is less dangerous now that many of their soldiers have left, but, well, we are getting unnerving reports from deep within Asphodel. Yes.
Is
dear
this the
Lomix.
location? I think I've heard it called Hemorrhoid.
It's
Buddy
very,
boil in the
it's
back end.
very, very close, actually. I'll actually,
Oh, no, what are you gonna put up?
it's
God,
actually, it's actually called Hitos, which is the Black Maya on the south end. It is a swirling marsh, the Hitos Maya, that surrounds Asphodel, has bogs and thickets, and the Blood Tree is an ancient cypress on the southern edge. And this Blood Tree is red in color that seeps into the surrounding waters, and in and of itself is surrounded by vicious and venomous creatures.
And why would we go here? It sounds horrible.
Well, if you are going towards the back side of Asphodel, I want you to be prepared for what you are facing. Which that would only be a slight test for what you would find in the dead city itself. We have heard reports of something new within Asphodel. We have heard reports of a palamnites, of a palamnite, if I can get my words right, of a palamnite of unknown power that is getting other palamnites and kakomantes within its orb. And rumor has it this palamnites is the only known creature that retains the ability to kill. And it has taken shop in the center of Asphodel itself.
Curious.
Interesting.
The Palanites have learned how to kill.
This particular one, yes.
Yikes.
So let me go ahead and say what. So the returned, you get the returned R, right?
Yeah.
So the Palamnites, as you all well know, it says while most of the returned are listless and quiet, Palamnites burn with envy and rage. They are vicious killers, destroying what no longer brings them joy. Palamnites burn villages, slaughter innocents, and steal wealth only to discard it later. Most stories of vengeful returned stem from reports of these tortured souls. The Kakomantes are returned. Kakomantes employ powerful magic at a price paid in blood. Some theorize that in life, each Kakomantes was a spellcaster, and the trip along the path of Phoenix corrupted their abilities. Regardless of how they came upon their grisly magic, Kakomantes keep small animals such as rodents, snakes, and insects close at hand to power their spells, though more potent magical effects demand more significant sacrifice.
Okay.
And so there is an Uber Palamontes that is taking over Asphodel and retains the right to kill.
That sounds horrendous.
Do we know if he worships a certain god, or it worships a certain god, or anything, or is associated with one?
We have only heard rumored reports of what this creature may be. We do not know what motivates it, besides death and destruction.
Mogus.
Probably Mogus. It seems to fit.
I blame Mogus.
We should
Oh,
all blame Mogus for many of our ills.
I mean, occasionally he's helpful.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, when Mogus is on your side.
Yes.
Well, you always want Mogus on your side. You want to be the slaughterer, not the slaughtery.
True.
So King Gloop Gloop steps forward again and says, I hope that some of the information that we were able to provide you is of some use as you continue on your voyage.
I think all of this is very prime information.
Indeed, the gathering of intelligence is something for which we put great value.
Yes, and I must say that few of our spies or soldiers have ever made it through Asphodel alive. If you come out the other side of the Asphodel, you will be changed. And I wish you good travels.
We appreciate your kind wishes. And I lean into Dianomenos. Did you learn protection from evil and good from my spellbook, friend?
No, but I will. Give me 2 minutes.
Yes, I think you should. And I hand him my spellbook for a second.
Yeah.
I intercept it and I throw it in the water. No. Is the queen speaking primordial?
What, Ezrin, what do you speak?
Oh, I do have.
I speak. I think it's primordial.
Yeah, so primordial. Yeah.
It's Triton.
I can speak that. So I
It
will
is
address the queen with regal intent and say,
Yeah.
That's an interesting accent, Theodore.
Oh my God, you should be careful, Theodore. The accent almost said, I want to spank you with a tuna fish sandwich.
I'm very proficient, thank you very much. I did not learn this from...
She looks down to you and says,
Can I offer her now?
About 3:30, actually.
I love primordial in the Triton realm.
the Tritons are weird. Anything else you want to do with these Tritons?
Wasn't there a hero around here?
No, that is going up the Data River.
Sweet.
So on the other
Okay.
side.
I think we shall maybe we should provision up with some beer that doesn't suck.
Yes. Do you have any good beer?
We bring you a gift. Several cases of
No. We left that with the crew, so
Yeah.
they're in great spirits when we need them to do.
we go back to the ship and there's just hundreds of cans floating in the water.
Yeah, I mean, after 2 or 3 days,
Legal
Arnold.
Tritons here.
Yeah, Arnoldios has drinking like 3 casks of that already.
And they're playing beer pong.
Yeah, it's like a speedboat now.
Yeah, I can roll all day and all night. Let's do it. I'm rolling now. All right. Tamaki does say, as one of the guards, he says, we do have some good ale, yes. If you care for any, we can make sure you are well provisioned.
Oh, that would be delightful.
We probably have like gifts and things. Maybe we do an exchange
Maybe
of
they have-
ridiculous diplomatic gifts.
Maybe they
Romeo's
have
in
sake.
quarantine.
Warm sake.
Yeah, you're asking for warm sake?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they Nagiri definitely brings out some sake and gives you a couple jugs full of very, very nice sake.
Oh my god. I can really take a
Is-
sip
Where
of
the
that.
ocean gets warmer.
Yeah, there's some vents coming off, like volcanic vents, and they heat up the sake, and it is perfect.
Oh, I'm glad it's volcanoes.
Do you have any Sapporo? I've heard that's a very common Triton beer.
It is really an Western version of, or a Triton version of Western beer, but we do have our own kind of home brewed ale.
Ooh.
Yes.
That can never go wrong. Load me up. And I like hand him my chalice.
All right. So yeah, you guys drink up. You have a good time. You can spend a day or two in the city if you so choose.
Do we need to?
No, you don't need to. You can go on your
I think
merry
it's
way.
cool. We should hang out here. I want to learn the culture of the city. What is the name of the city again?
It changes every time because it's so hard to pronounce. I think Ezrin remembers what it was called, though. Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Glorby glorb glorb.
So we will close down today with you all in the last civilized city that you will probably see in quite some time.
Yes, King Gloop Gloop, I wish you wasabi.
Wasabi.
Wasabi to you.
Deep wasabi. Spicy wasabi. Exactly.
And that's what we're going to pick up next time.
Hell yeah. Awesome job. I'm sorry for derailing everything by shopping for magic items.
No, we needed that.
That was part of it.
But I figured we had better stock up now.
Yes.
Yeah.
We needed it, yeah.
All right.
I did have another item. I can't remember what it was, but it was for fighting the undead, which is what we're going to do.
Yeah, I dropped light and picked up chill touch as a cantrip. So
Okay.
with a specific eye towards fucking up the undead.
Yeah.
Oh, good idea.
Oh man.
All
This.
Presumably, the
You gotta
city
run.
has a magic or a shop.
Look at this.
Holy gosh.
Gotta hop off, y'all. I will
All right.
see y'all next Thursday.
We'll see you, Rex.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Andy. That was great.
Yeah.
That's great. Bye,
Love
everyone.
Queen Gloop Gloop's my favorite. Just got
Queen.
All right. Thanks,
She's pretty
guys.
intimidating.
She's super intimidating. She's beefy. She's a
She is.
beefy queen.
And she looks like, or sounds like she's always gonna like vomit. It's kind of great.
I
She's
know.
like the water version of Jabba the Hutt.
Kind
Yeah.
of. Kind of. Anyway. All right, guys. Have a great night. We'll see
Night.
you.
Night.
Lun, sorry you're not going to be here next week.
I know, but oh well. You can move my character if you want.
All right. Will do. See ya.
Bye.
All right, crew. Thank you so much for hanging out. As always, Apostle, thanks for joining. This was a lot of fun. Man, I am so excited for next week now. Get to some action. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. I thought tonight went really well. I was really quite pleased. It was epic. Well, good. It was a nice city crawl for sure, going from one city to the next. I'm just kind of moving through space, so I thought it went well. We'll see what happens next time. I think in the streams that come up next week, the prep streams, I have to really spend some time developing the arc for Asphodel, because I haven't really done that clearly. So we have the end, but now I got to create everything else, and it's going to be pretty intense, I feel, and it needs to be. So I need to spend some time offline and then online, really kind of thinking about the feel, the pace of Asphodel, because I don't want this to, with today, I felt a little bit like, what was it? Game of Thrones season 1 was, hanging out in the Dakar Isles, took forever. And then once we got to Miletus, it's like boom, 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 boom. And now we're in Asphodel. So we need to slow it down a little bit. Need to spend some time in Asphodel. We'll get there. We'll get there for sure. Anyway, have a fantastic freaking night. We will absolutely see you next week. Auf Wiedersehen.